What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be making an interesting design, a pretty simple design actually. It's for a couple. It's for my wife and I. We like to coordinate shirts sometimes and colors. So I'm going to be making an interesting design. It's just letters and just words that make sense when they're put together. So I'm going to be using a 12 by 24 cutting mat, standard grip from HTV Cut. Our lint roller to take out any excess lint before you heat press the design onto the shirt. We got our black 100% cotton Bella canvas. Actually, I think it's Bella plus canvas. A lot of people call it Bella canvas, but I think it's Bella plus canvas or Bella and canvas. You be the judge. And today our three colors we're going to be using for our heat transfer vinyl are gold for the first lettering, first font, fluorescent green for the second font, and our standard red for the third font. We also have a weeding tool to weed out any excess. We got our squeegee tool to put take out the air bubbles from the vinyl on the mat. And we got our scissors to trim out any excess vinyl that we need. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, now that we have our tools and our materials that we're gonna need for the shirt, let's run along to the computer and start taking a look at the design and seeing exactly how we're going to manage that design on our print and our Cricut design space and send that directly to our cutting machine. It's a couple's design. My wife and I are taking a trip coming up in about a week. And so we just wanted to wear some cool shirts together. And I was tasked with designing something that would possibly not make sense when it's by itself, but makes sense when it's together. And you'll see what I'm saying. Right, this is going to be my shirt. It says nothing since were. And all I did was pretty much, this is Cricut Design Space, did 3 different fonts. This one is a font by the name of ITC Abatin Standard Regular. Again, it's ITC Abatin or Abatin Standard Regular. This font is Sapphire Calm, and the last one is Art Deco. And these are all Cricut Design Space fonts that are available for your use. If you wanted to go ahead and use that. And the dimensions of this is, I believe they're all 11.5 in width. This is 11.5 by 2.799. This one is the same, 11.5 by 2.799, and this is also 11.5 by 2.799 for a combined total of a perfect square image, 11.5 by 11.5. So all I did is I created this in a different font, I duplicated it, and I changed the fonts and put cents and I put were, made them, spaced them out evenly, and all you have to do to space them out evenly, just go to align and you center horizontally and you space out as well evenly in the vertical direction. Ironically, this doesn't make sense until you see my wife's shirt, and then it will make sense to you. Okay, unhide that. So when you read it together, it says, nothing makes sense when we're apart. Aww. Anyway, just something cute that we can wear together. And this is going to be on my shirt. I have an extra large black Bella canvas shirt from Michaels, 100% cotton, and hers is a small shirt, 100% cotton Bella canvas. So the first thing we're going to do to save time is we're going to cut this all on one mat. I have a 12 by 24 mat. And the way to do that, because when I hit make it, it's going to give me different colors of mat. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and hit the make it button on the top right hand corner. And as you can see, it'll divide all these mats into 3 different colors, because those are the 3 different colors that I have on my screen. One goldish color, one red color, which is for the apart and wear, and the last fluorescent green color. So I don't want to have 3 different mats, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead down here and hit the cancel button. And what I will do is highlight the first image, and I want to go down here to attach. And what that does is that it makes it all one color while retaining the layers of that image. I'm going to go ahead here and hit attach as well again to this image. So now I have one color. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to print in this color, but I'm going to lay the vinyl on my mat accordingly. That way I save time and I do one cut on my 12 by 24. Now when I go ahead and hit make it, it automatically gives me 2 colors But all I have to do here is change this to my 12 by 24, and voila, it has them all on one mat. Okay, so all I have to do now is physically lay my gold strip on the top half of the mat, my green strip in the middle of this mat, my red strip here, and then my gold strip here. So far the two images, because that's what we had on the screen prior. I want to go ahead and separate this, that way these are not too close together. So I'm going to bring this down just a little bit, not past the red border. Okay, now we're good to go. And of course, in usual fashion, we want to mirror that so that when we place it on the shirt, it'd be right side up. And all we have to do from this point on is, now that we have our mat and we're ready to go, we hit the continue button on the bottom right hand corner, and it's going to connect via Bluetooth to my Cricut Explore 3. Next step is to go ahead and set the base material. This is nothing complex. You just hit the everyday iron-on, which I have saved as my favorite. And all we have to do from this point is go ahead and load the mat. All right, and action. Okay, so I've got my 12 by 24 inch mat over here. First thing I want to do is I want to take the protective covering off of the tacky surface so we can start lining up our 3 different colored vinyl on it. So we're going to have 6 strips. 3 strips per shirt, and so we're going to lay them all accordingly based on the design on the screen. That way we just have one cut and we're done, one and done. Okay. Down, lay that here. Smaller in terms of the width, but let's see. We got it lined up right. There's our gold, and then we have our green, and our last piece is our red. Alright, so I got my mat lined up with the respective colors that I need for the design. Next step is I want to squeegee it so it's nice and flat on the surface of the mat. There's no air pockets underneath. Alright, I gotta send the big mat through. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is we want to go ahead and turn our heat press on and get it preheated. Open that up. And we want to get that set for, instead of our normal 315 degrees, I want to go with a little higher temperature by 5 degrees. So let's set that to 320. Just with the up arrow button, we got 320. You hit the set button, 15 seconds is fine. Next, Fahrenheit. And we're good to go. We're at 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Once we get to our set temperature of 320, we'll go ahead and do a pre-prep or pre-press of our shirt, take out the moisture, and start to add our design to the shirt. And now we're going to increase the height of our table. All right. And so now we want to lead one design at a time. Alright, while our heat press is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and get my shirt ready. Get my lint roller on it, get that excess lint out of it. Okay. My sticker off. And this one's got a lot of lint and a lot of dog hair, so I'm going to have to get this all out. So we don't press our design on dog hair. That's no bueno. Not a good look. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take some moisture out of it. Just a few seconds. Just to get it nice and warm. To improve adhesion. Alright, so I'm working on my shirt first, extra large. Okay, and I got one of these handy dandy tools here. It's a ruler. That gives you guidelines for an adult shirt. You can put that around the neck or around the collar of your crew neck shirt. And it tells you where the center is based on this measurement. And that's where you start from the neckline, you start your design about here, okay? Which is about 3 to 4 fingers in width. Alright, so we place that right there, locate the center. A very good measurement, or a very good idea of where my center is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the first one down here. And that's what it's looking like. And I'm going to go ahead and press whatever can fit on my 15 by 15 clamshell heat press here. So we got nothing, and then we got our cents, and then we're. So at this point we've got our heat press heated up to 320 degrees Fahrenheit. We've got our designs aligned in the center using our handy dandy ruler for adults, and we've got everything prepped and ready to go right there. Alright, we want to hit that with a Teflon sheet. Alright, slide that in, increase the pressure a little bit, and leave that for 15 seconds. Pull that out. Alright, let's go ahead and peel that first. Okay, at an angle. Let's peel off the fluorescent green cents. Just roll that off at an angle. So now my shirt is going to say nothing cents were. So that's not going to make sense until my wife stands next to me with her shirt. Isn't that cute? Maybe not. And the last is our nothing with our gold HTV looking pretty against that black t-shirt background. That looks amazing. Never ceases to amaze me, guys. No matter how many designs I do and I put it on there, I kind of have a sense or some idea of what it's going to look like, but it looks even better once you're done. Camera doesn't do it justice. Look at that beautiful contrasting colors. Alright, let's go ahead and hit it one more time without the carrier sheet I've taken off. Okay, so we're sure that that is properly firmly placed on that shirt. Do it for about 10 seconds. Alright, pull that out, and voila. Okay, nothing cents weird. Alright, I'm going to put that aside, cool off for a little bit. T-shirt prepped as well. Get that sticker out. Roll that lint roller on it. Some dog hair from my house. I got 2 huskies, a little over 2 years old. and they shed like crazy. There is hair all over. As a matter of fact, I actually love black shirts, but I can't really wear them anymore because sometimes the lint roller doesn't even work. It's that serious, guys. You just drop them in clumps. Look like feathers on the floor. All right. Let's go ahead and do the back. Make sure that doesn't. Okay, just get that off. Okay. A lot of hair on here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. See, when I'm making shirts for myself, I just eyeball it, I don't care, but when it's for someone else or my wife, then I do the deed, you know what I mean? I make it pretty. I try to justify why I purchased all these things for this hobby of mine, and I'm just kidding. No, I just make it pretty for my wife, you know. Great woman. Takes care of me, so the least I can do is take care of her the way I know how to, okay? Down the middle, throw it in there for about 5 seconds. Bring that a little further down. Yeah, I think we just have enough, that's fine. Alright, we got our center letter of this word to the next. I want to make sure I get that spacing even on that shirt. I want to cut as close to it as possible without destroying your design with your scissors, okay? Just on the edge. To make sure I got the right center. Alright, that's going to sit somewhere there, but I'm going to put it a little higher than that, so right there. Alright. Let's move that up a tad bit. And that's where it's going to be, where it's going to be. Let's move that up so we can get the collar out of the way so it doesn't affect the pressure of the hot platen on my shirt. Two things have to be in order for you to get a perfect press. You need the right temperature and you need the right amount of pressure. Okay, I usually use about somewhere between 310 to 320. More on the 315 side, but today I decided to use a little more heat just to, you know, get it done right. And I feel like I saved a lot of time using my 12x24 mat today because that would have been 3 different mats, 3 separate cuts, 3 different colors. So the hack around that was to put, again like I did before, I attached all my images so that there would be one color. Tricked my Cricut machine into thinking it was cut in one color. Laid the actual colors according to how it was on the Cricut design space on the computer. Different colors, and then made the cut. So even though Cricut thinks it's making a cut of one color, it's just doing its job of making the cut. I'm the one that determines what color it cuts, so that's what I did. So I put 6 strips down for these 6 words and did it on my 12x24, and it fit perfectly on there and it cut perfectly. So that was just a one cut, one and done. Saved me a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. Okay, I'm just trimming this so I get a sense of what the word looks like straight and the distance and spacing. Okay. Put that down here, down the middle. Bring that down a little lower. Make sure it's right amount of spacing with mine. And let me do a little measurement. That's approximately, actually almost exactly 2 inches apart. Yep, 2 inches here and 2.5 inches here. So I probably should have done this in mine, but again, like I said, my shirt doesn't matter. Just eyeballed it. But I think we're about 2 here, 2 and some change there. Let's go 2 here and 2 and some change here. Okay, move that a little higher. Covering that. Put that in there for 15 whole seconds. Alright. Looking good. Let's go ahead and make that hot peel at an angle. 1 down, 2 to go. 2 down, 1 to go. And voila. Boom. What do I say when I love it? Boom. Looking really, really good. I actually didn't know it was going to look this good, but let me go ahead and do my final press, my post press, or whatever you want to call it. Push that down. Give it a little 10-second press. And our shirts are complete. Check that out, guys. All right, and this is a close-up of our couples t-shirt. Man, it's so hard to grab the true beauty of this thing on camera. I'm gonna try as best as possible. That gold really comes out. And you got that fluorescent green. And of course, my shirt says nothing since were. And wifey's shirt says makes when apart. But if you read it together, nothing makes sense when we're apart. All right. So if you guys like this video, make sure you like it, comment, subscribe to the channel. And this is just an idea of what you might want to share with your spouse or significant other. Both of you can make a shirt that's, something fun like this they can wear together. All right. Well, until next time, guys, take it easy.